It's cold. It's technically 40 degrees up here, but it's still snowing.
In the last video, we had just finished developing the spring. Now we have to figure out how to store the water and use it for irrigation and other tasks around the site.
All right, so this is how far we got. We got it hooked up to the tank. It has a little bit of a filter. We'll just take some of the larger sediment out if we're sitting in the pipe. And it's simply hooked up all the way up the hill to the spring. There's a couple valves, and none of this is set. I need to come back to put Teflon on all of it. It's got the main valve there, but I don't trust that very well, and I want to use a larger valve all said and done. So I'm going to be using this. Again, right now we'll just see how long it takes to fill, and we'll come back here in about a week and see what's happening. So I'm dripping wet now, but we're finally done and out of here. It's cold. It's technically 40 degrees up here, but it's still snowing, and it's definitely a bit wet. So I'm guessing if the spring is still as strong as it was before the fire, it will fill about 55 gallons a day. So here in 5 days, it should be completely filled. But we're not going to come up for 7, so I'm expecting to find some leaks somewhere. So I'm not sure how well you're going to hear me, but the roaring Cuda River down here, and obviously there's a bunch of runoff right now. What's interesting about it, here it looks pretty white with fast-moving water, but in general the water looks black. There's so much runoff with the ash and soot in it that it's changed the color. It's normally pretty clear also, but it looks really black by comparison to the time. And it is running high. So it's now a week later after we fixed the well, and it looks like we have a full tank. So much so that it's bent the frame around it up. So yeah, I just opened up the main valve, and so you can see that I haven't actually put Teflon tape on this section yet. I think I brought the pieces that I can do that this time around, but we should have some pretty good flow. Let's see what we got. So it's working. It's definitely working. As you can see, this actually has a valve down here, but it's not very strong. So with this much pressure, it actually doesn't keep it from draining out. So it's draining out at about the rate that it's coming in. So right now I'm attaching the new valve, and I had to get some Teflon because I didn't do that the first time and it was leaking pretty good. And we'll see how well this works. So these have filters on the end too, so it doesn't clog. So I have a couple filters. First filter is here, gets most of the debris that might be coming from the spring, but if there's anything left over, these filters should also catch it so that it doesn't clog the actual sprinkler heads. But they're impact heads, so they shouldn't be too bad anyways. Tight fit. There we go. So this will allow me to run 4 separate hoses. Let's see if I can twist these back around so you can see what's going on. We're gonna do Monday, Wednesday. No, I want to do this backwards. 1 sec. Just realized I have another one out here that I have to figure out. So this clock is going to be Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Now I'm going to set this one over here for Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The first one of these valves here will go at 5 a.m. and the second one will go at 5:30. I'll set the same for the other one on the other days.
Hey, are you gonna run the risk of eroding?
What? What was that?
Are you gonna run the risk of eroding?
Yes, I am. But I'm not spraying that much, so that's why I'm keeping it at 20 minutes. And it's an impact, so it's not going to just run out of one spot constantly.
Aren't you eventually gonna hook up this tank to another tank?
Eventually, yes.
So you're just gonna use one of those 4 open valves?
Yes. Or I'm going to connect something even different.
Okay. Where would you connect that though?
Right there, on the side.
Oh, you can do that?
Yeah.
We worked with the hoses for a while, but we still weren't getting enough pressure to the impact heads. Essentially, we had reduced the size of the pipe so much that the water volume was low enough that it wasn't getting enough volume and pressure down to the impact heads to have much effect. When we came back a little bit later, we even had the hoses collapse on us because it was trying to pull more water than could fit through the hoses. It looks like we have a little bit more work before we get this to function correctly.